Aquarius, hello, welcome back and welcome to the channel. Thank you guys so much for being here. We are going to do, excuse me, did I bring my water in here? Uh-oh, we're in trouble. We are going to do a general reading with our tarot and a Celtic cross. And then at the end of the reading, we're going to do a few oracle cards, Lenormand specifically, and then a Seasons of the Witch Mabon card, because that is coming up very, very soon. We are currently right in the middle of Leo season, quickly approaching August. So let's go ahead and get into it. But before we do, we are going to be using this singing bowl to clear any lingering energy that does not belong here, that does not belong to you all as a collective. And we're also going to be using it to connect to each other as a collective. If you would like to use this time to call in any specific guides, deities, archangels, any beings of light that you would like to be here for this reading, please feel free to do so now. The more, the merrier. Okay, let's go ahead and get into it. Okay. Spirit, speak to me and through me to the Aquarius collective, please. Most accurate, relevant, necessary, helpful message for them at this time. What guidance do they need? Aquarius, please, Spirit. Thank you. First card out. So this is the, shoot, what is the name of it? Rosebud Tarot, I believe. Where's the little book at? Oh, for Pete's sake. Yes, here it is. The Rosebud Tarot. So it's not King. Can you see that? Oh my God, it's dark in here. I love the natural light though. So just bear with me. Hopefully it's the audio is more important than the visual, right? We need to hear the message. Seeing it is a bonus. If you can see it, indulge. If not, it's okay. I know a lot of you are probably listening like on your way to work, at the gym, on a run, things of that nature, so you're not always necessarily watching it. Anyways, so in this deck, generosity is the queen. So in this deck it goes curiosity, velocity, generosity, sovereignty, which is generosity page, velocity knight, generosity queen, and sovereignty is the king. So your first card out, sorry, let me adjust. Your first card out, we have generosity of water, queen of cups energy for you. Very, very nurturing. People could be coming to you for advice right now. Okay, interesting. People could be seeking you out, asking you questions, like just in general. I feel like there are people that are looking up to you right now in kind of like a maternal, nurturing, loving way, because that's what the Queen of Cups is all about. That's the energy that she exudes. It's just like a really loving, caring, nurturing energy. And this makes sense to me. We just came out of Cancer season. Cancer is the embodiment of the Queen of Cups, right? Very much our feminine water. So if you're feeling that still, the residuals from that makes sense to me. Embrace that. If you're feeling overly emotional or like vulnerable, tap into that, open up to it, explore it, sit with it if you need to. There is nothing wrong with feeling sad. There is nothing wrong with feeling, period. Like, that's a full sentence. There's nothing wrong with feeling. As air signs, I feel like you guys can tend to close that part of yourself off. So maybe it is a little bit foreign to you to be more open with your emotions. There could be someone in your life specifically that is not provoking, not in a bad way anyways, but that is bringing that side of you out, that makes you want to express yourself in a very feminine. Maybe you've always had to, maybe you are a woman who's always been in a very masculine energy because out of necessity. I can speak, I promise you. Sometimes my brain just moves faster or slower. I can't really tell. Who knows? But anyway, crossing you right now, the Nine of Pentacles. This is your sense of like luxury and security and having enough to go around and being in a really comfortable, not quite the complete state of financial security that you want. It's not quite the Ten of Pentacles, but it's so fucking close. And there are a lot of people who spend their entire lives searching and hoping and wanting to even get to this point. It's crossing you right now. You could be in a little bit of an uncomfortable situation when it comes to your money. Maybe you're having a hard time getting to this Nine of Coins. Maybe you're in a perpetual cycle of like steps 1 through 6, 1 through 7, and it just kind of is cycling through and through, and you can't break past the point of, should I move on from this? Should I be putting more effort into other things? Should I be focusing my energy on this versus this? Is this reaping the rewards, the benefits, the whatever I want it to? Right? We have another Queen on the table, and we have 2 Kings. I am just now noticing. I was not even paying attention to the 2 cards that came out in the past and near future position. So we have 2 Kings and 2 Queens. There are a lot of people here, and the same thing happened with Libra. If you are talking to, associated with, Libra is your partner, I would watch that. Or if you have Libra strongly in your chart, I would watch that reading just for some additional perspectives, messages. With the 9 of Earth here, I feel like you need to be very clear with yourself, and you need to be very firm and certain with what you want. What does this look like for you? When I say the 9 of Coins, I almost said Cups. When I say the 9 of Coins, what does that mean for you? What is your financial wish? Financial freedom. What does that look like for you? Identify that, and then come up with a plan to get there. If you're not currently aligned with that plan, if what you're currently doing does not support that and does not support your growth towards that, you need to move on. You need to let it go, and you need to let what is for you and what does support this path and will get you to this point come in. Because it can't, if you're keeping things that don't belong, if all your space is taken up with stuff that doesn't belong here, well, how is more stuff going to come in? You're at capacity. You have to let some stuff go before you can welcome in a new way. And for you, I feel like it's a new way of living, existing, creating income, earning, all of these things. In your recent past, okay. Well, boy. Okay, I'm going to take both of these because they came out together. So we're going to keep them. 3 of Wands is on the bottom of the deck. This is very much confirming that have an idea of what your perfect, your vortex, your favorite version of your life, yourself, all of that looks like. Really, really, really get clear on it and make a plan. But identify what's in your vortex first. If that even is up to date, like you could have things in there that you've desired since you were very, very young. And if you were to examine that, like if I were to get this now, is this even something I still want? Like, do I still want a huge mansion overlooking the water, or do I want a small cottage in the woods? Like, our beliefs and our wants and our desires change. What the fuck is this deck doing? Who did this? What? Okay. Don't know why I jumped so bad. Oh, wow. Can I just tell you, that's too many. I'm so sorry. We will take lilies and we'll take birds, okay? Everything else is going back in. We're going to read about lilies, but all I'm going to say about birds is this indicates gossip, getting involved in other people's business, talking about other people's business. I don't know if this is you or people around you, but don't feed into that. It's not going to pan out for you. Also, wishing ill intent on other people. If someone like got a job that you wanted, or a man that you wanted, a woman, whatever it is, don't. I don't know. Don't talk shit. Is what I'm getting. That's like just. It's not helpful. Straw Bale, card number 37. Okay. One more deck. For the Oracle decks, just a heads up, I do like to read from the books that come with the decks, just because the creators spend such an enormous amount of time and attention on them. It would be doing the cards a disservice to not deliver that message. So let's dive into it further. Recent past. King of Swords. This is very much you. I was talking about this. I feel like you're coming out of a masculine centered life. Very much putting yourself through school, getting a job, paying all of your bills, not necessarily having people or a partner specifically who will support you. I feel though there is going to be someone that brings out a completely different side of you, and it goes hand in hand with this Queen of Cups. Sorry, I didn't mean to touch the mic. I'm not used to wearing one. Sorry. It goes hand in hand with this Queen of Cups energy that you are currently in, and then also this Queen of Fire energy that you're very focused on. I feel like this is the energy that you want to be in. You want to be attractive. Like we are, like I said earlier, in the middle of Leo season. And that could be your focus right now. Upgrading your looks, doing your hair, altering like something about your appearance, updating something about your aesthetic is what I'm getting. Your exterior, your looks, your hair specifically. You could be wanting to change your hair in some form or fashion. I'm getting thicker, fuller hair specifically for a lot of you. Could be your something that you're really trying to manifest. It's interesting. This card just fell. Huh. I honestly have never, I've had this deck for years now. I don't even know, 3+ years, and I've never seen this card. I always thought there was one tower in this deck, and I thought it represented both of these things because there's another tower card in this deck, and it came out with that chunk of cards that came out that I put back. It's interesting. I honestly, I've never seen that before. But that's the good side of the tower. That's what you rebuild after the first tower that you try comes crumbling down. You then rebuild a really solid. Interesting. I'm actually going to put this over here. Huh. The other card that we got out of the Tea Leaf Oracle was Older Man. There could quite literally be an older male. I'm getting you are like 20s, mid 20s, early 20s. And this person could be like however many years older. They don't have to be like elderly, right? Just older than you. I'm getting like literally in age. I was going to mention it could just be like they seem really like they're a lot older than you, but no, it's like literally they are pretty significantly older than you. I would say 5+ years. Okay. Yeah, so that's literally what I see coming in for you. Someone just kind of riding in and sweeping you off your feet. You're putting a lot of time and attention into your looks, and it is definitely attracting a counterpart. Especially if you are also embodying and exuding, like outwardly showing this very nurturing, very loving energy, that is going to attract a partner tenfold, because not only are your looks going to get this person to look at you and notice you, but then your personality and your being is going to attract them even further. Interesting. I don't typically read like outside people and like love specifically for a reason. There are literally 10,000 channels out there that read specifically for love, and I don't feel like enough of them are general and like career, self, familial oriented. I feel like they're mostly like love stuff and your other person and what they think and how they feel and like what they're doing. I could not care less. So I try really, really hard to focus on self and things that you need to work on in your path forward. But this is screaming to me like, I'm so sorry if you can hear that, but sorry, they exist. I don't know, like they live here. Yeah, I see this as literally someone coming in. I don't feel like you are going to be open to them like right off the bat. I feel like there's going to be extreme chemistry, but I don't think you're going to be super open to them like out of the gate. But that's okay. Take your time to get to know somebody. Open up. Especially if you're someone who has been single for a period of time and you're slowly starting to open yourself up to the idea of allowing, to give yourself time and space. Like, it'll come when it's supposed to. In your subconscious right now, what you're not really focused on, but it is definitely there, kind of idly driving you. 2 of Wands. This is a very, very focused, very determined energy. My question to you, though, what is it that it's focused on, and what is it that you are determined to do? That I feel like needs to be identified and kind of planted. So even when you are on idle and when you are in a subconscious space, you're always being driven towards your end goal. Advice from Spirit. Yeah, 2 of Cups. Allow love to be reciprocated to you. If you are someone who has like literally never been in a serious relationship, I'm very strongly getting someone who is either still in college, graduating college soon, but very young energy is what I'm getting. So if you've never been in a serious relationship, allow that to happen and allow someone to love you and be into you the way that I feel like you have been into other people, but maybe it's been one-sided. It's very specific. Yeah. Allow it to be reciprocal. And also wait for it to be reciprocal. Don't just do whatever, whenever, with whoever because it's there. No, 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 no. Be very intentional, be very selective, and sacred with yourself and your energy and your time and your attention, because all of those things are very sacred. Pour them into yourself before you pour them into anybody else. I'm getting very, very lopsided, one-sided. You being the one who has been putting a lot of time and attention and energy into something that maybe hasn't done the same for you. And it could be this air sign person. They were just not reciprocating. They weren't opening up. And for you, as a fellow air sign, you're like, okay, I get that. Like, that's how I usually am. But you want someone who makes you feel open, and you also want to make someone else feel open. You want it to be reciprocated. That's all I'm going to say, and wait for it to be reciprocated. Because it exists. Absolutely, it exists. Energies around you. Four of Fire, very celebratory. If you look at this card, it's kids in the street. They're blowing their little noisemakers. They are shooting off fireworks. It's very much celebratory, high energy. If you're one that watches like sports and such, the Olympics, I believe, are still going on. I'm pretty sure it's like a multi-day thing. Excuse me. So that could be why you're feeling this way. Maybe you're out and about. You're going out to eat. That's what's on all of the TVs. People are celebrating. They're cheering. You could be even going to sporting events. So you're getting a lot of this energy of this like excitement and yeah, excitement. Tap into that as much or as little as you need to. If excitement is like too overstimulating for you right now, disengage from it. If it's something that excites you and something that you want to like be a part of, put yourself out there even more. And this is the energy that's going to come back to you. Excuse me if I sound a little stuffy, it's because I am. Hopes and fears. Sorry, got a little distracted. 6 of Coins. Ugh. Reciprocal. You want reciprocity. That's all you want. You want to put time and effort and money, specifically like gifts. You want to pour into someone, but you want them to do the same for you. You don't want it to be one-sided where you are putting so much money, specifically I'm getting, into a situation and they are not doing the same at all. I'm speaking, I feel like, to a feminine collective, people who identify with a feminine side. Again, even though if you were operating from a masculine state, that does not have anything to do with gender. I feel like I'm talking to very specifically young female energy who has previously put a lot of like time, energy, effort into very one-sided situations. Crushes is what I'm getting, but like to the extreme where this person was letting you buy them lunch and not texting you back, like things like that. Like they're really, 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 really one-sided. All you want is some reciprocity. That's all you want. And not even just in love. I'm getting you want it at work, you want it in your relationships, your friendships, your work environments. Did I already say work? Yeah. You want it all around. You want to get back as much as you feel like you've given. Okay. The outcome for you, we have the 5 of Air, but it also came out with the Ace of Cups. He's yelling about Godzilla. Like, okay. I really hope you guys can't hear that. Yeah. So I don't like this energy together. It feels like you're very, very self doubting right now, and maybe even spiraling in a little bit of a destructive, self-destructive way. The 5 of Air is very like biting the hand that feeds you, like cutting your own self into pieces. When you're starting to finally make headway and to make peace with certain things, I feel like they're like rearing their ugly heads and coming back to test you a little bit. I'm getting. Are you going to fall back into old habits of talking shit about people and therefore like keeping that cycle of negativity and bitching and complaining going? Are you going to complain about your life? Are you going to complain about your job and where you're at and how much money you make and where you live and whatever else? Or are you going to accept it and are you going to change it? But are you going to love yourself enough to do these things? Are you going to know that you are worthy of and deserving of these things? Love specifically, I don't feel like you think you deserve love from yourself. Most importantly, like, I don't think you pour into yourself nearly enough. Nearly enough. For oracle cards, we got the straw bale that came out. This is from Armabon. I believe, I don't honestly know how to say that, but if you know how, feel free to comment and let me know. Card number 37. Let's see what it has to say. I feel like I've said the same thing like 10,000 times. So let's see. What other messages are here? Maximizing, capitalizing on unexpected talents, confidence. Your higher self chose this card because you are being invited to determine whether or not you need to dream bigger, reach higher, and expand fully. And expand fully into your gifts. Are your talents being utilized? Are you taking up space and allowing your light to shine? Are you reaching for big enough goals or playing it safe? If you are reading this now, it's likely you have not made the best use of your talents and have been playing it safe from fear of failure, or because you don't believe you are good, wise, or experienced enough. You guys, I know that's exactly what I said, but just reading it and reiterating it makes me so sad for you. I hope this is something that you can get a handle on and know how loved you are and how deserving you are. There are many people in the world who are less experienced, less educated, and have less money and far less talent, but are living big, fulfilling lives simply because they have given themselves permission to occupy as much space as possible. They don't wait for others to hand them things. They go and get them. They don't wait for others to make space for them. They find their own lanes. Don't be afraid to ask for more, to be the first in line, or to call your own shots. Straw Bale encourages you to find the courage to live as big as you dare. Absolutely. Absolutely. I feel like this is the side of you that's kind of fighting to come out. Like, you want to be seen, you want to live big, you want to expand, but you're terrified. And I feel like your internal dialogue, excuse me, I don't have my water in here, and I really wish I did. Your internal dialogue feels very self-deprecating, very negative. And this could be from a father specifically. That could be your inner voice, where that "I'm not good enough" internal dialogue comes from. It could also come from like a teacher. I'm getting maybe you had a teacher that was really hard on you specifically. Okay, let's read. What else is there? Oh, lilies. Card number 30. Okay. Contentment, harmony, purity. For the lilies, we feature the tale of the Frog Prince. He will sit. Oh, yes, this is a fairy tale, Lenormand, which I'm not entirely sure why I bought this because I don't like fairy tales at all. I don't like the idea of like a princess shriveling up and dying until a prince kisses her. Like, what? I don't know. They're weird to me sometimes, but here we are. He will sit on his pad until his true love sees him for something other than a frog. For now he's content to wait for that moment. He must learn to find harmony and peace in the purity of a heartfelt kiss. Lilies is a card that changes meanings with the cards around it. Oh, shit, I didn't know that. It brings the knowledge that tranquility is at hand. You can also find older people in this card because it is representative of age and wisdom. Okay, interesting. I didn't know that either. That comes with it. Let the root of the lily sinking deeply into the water remind you of your own ancestral roots. It can also be a legal card. Really. Remember that the Frog Prince broke the law of the land by being unkind to an old woman who was a witch in disguise. Sensuality can be the energy of this card if it is close to one of the person cards, and it is. It's like literally surrounded by person cards here with the Queen of Fire, Older Man, King of Air, Queen of Cups, King of Fire, Wands, whatever. It's literally right in the middle of all of this energy. Interesting. Sorry. In the Lenormand, Lilies is the card that modifies other cards with a gentle touch. Interesting. Okay, well, the good news is if you have a lot of people in your life, specifically like boss, father, professor type energies, these relationships are going to be getting a little bit softer as you become softer, as you open up more, as you realize how capable, how deserving, how loved you are. These things will start being reciprocated back to you. We're also going to read about birds. I know I said I wasn't going to, but there were a lot of things about that Lilies card that I didn't realize. So there might be more to birds than just gossip, and watch what you say. Okay. Birds. Comings and goings, small problems, verbal communication, misunderstandings. How the King of Birds was chosen is a Mayan story that describes how a plain brown bird campaigned to be the king of birds. He convinced the beautiful but shy roadrunner to lend him his feathers. When he was chosen because of his furrowed finery, he failed to return those feathers. Due to this problem, the roadrunner now hides and watches all of the comings and goings of other birds. He wants to communicate with the king of birds, but he flies too high. All of the birds in the background of this card represent just how badly things may go awry when too many beaks are involved. Notice where the birds card shows up to determine who is communicating and why. Make sure you truly understand what it is you want to say and what is being said to you. Perhaps you can avoid any misunderstanding simply by paying close attention to the cards closest to the birds. Okay, interesting that I just got this. This Queen of Wands could be a female fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, woman in your life that you're thinking about a lot. Maybe there's a conversation that needs to be had, a decision that needs to be made. This is really interesting, but I'm getting very strongly like college professor. Do I want to take this class again? Do I want to mentor with this person again? Do I want to stick with this route, or do I want to divert from it? It's interesting. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. Oh, we are not actually. I'm going to talk about the tower for just a second because it says, I know I held it up, but I didn't read. Solid foundation, success with effort. So if you are willing to put in effort, identify your goal and work towards it, success is guaranteed for you. I feel like right now you need to focus on not only your external experience, yes, experience and appearance, so you can be the version of yourself that is like your favorite, right? Upgrade yourself accordingly, change things, tweak things, whatever you need to do, but also don't forget that the internal has a lot to do with how you carry yourself, how people perceive you. So start working on how you talk to yourself this August, moving forward, okay? I love you guys so very much, and you are so loved and deserving. It is insane. I love you guys so much. I'll see you next time. Bye. Of course it's not working. Okay.